Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, so many scams are happening out there. They're just getting more professional and smarter and trickier. And we hear the stories here at WIS of folks saying that, hey, I got this text saying I needed to appear in court, or I owe money to go through a tolls, and it looks so real. But we want to make sure that you know it's not. And we have you covered today. We have Haley Wyndham here from Operation Shamrock. A nonprofit organization's mission is to stop scamming altogether. Haley, thank you so much for joining us.
I am so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Haley, you are very active on social media, informing people about what to look out for with scams, and now you're a part of this organization who is dedicated to doing that. Tell us more about Operation Shamrock.
So Operation Shamrock was founded by Erin West. She is a former district attorney out of Santa Clara County, California, and I know that sounds crazy that someone in South Carolina is going to be working with someone in California, but we've come together over this common theme that scams are bad and that there's something that we can be done there, or there's something that we can do about it, and that's educate people, talk more about it, because unfortunately the technology is just getting really, really good and it's really hard to compete.
Yeah.
So at least if we can forewarn you about what's happening and what to look out for, we're really excited about the opportunity to bring law enforcement, bankers together with even legislators, working to really have a more collaborative effort and a holistic approach to fighting these scams.
Yes, and you have a history and a resume that includes working in banking, so you've seen it all from both sides. What are some of the common scams that are coming across your desk?
Of course, we always see the common text scams where you're going to get those random SMS messages, your toll booth is due. We also see where there's a big investment scam that's going around that's also called pig butchering, and that is one of the terms that we hate to use, but at the same time, we didn't create it. It came out of Southeast Asia, and it's where they really talk about fattening up the victim, meaning they're going to learn everything they can about you in order to take everything away from you.
Wow.
And that's literally what happens. They take everything that you have, and then they take it from you, and you have nothing left. Even relating to your friends and family, like what money do you have, what assets do your family have, and then using that information against you to target you more.
And you have to really be careful what you share online and giving people that leeway to see that you may be a vulnerable person.
Absolutely. Facebook surveys are the worst. Make sure that you are that your Facebook profile is private, because otherwise, and we see this, there's literally a study that was done that said that grandmothers are the worst problem for children because they share so much, because they want everybody to know, because grandmas brag. They're so proud of their grandbabies, and that seems to be a problem for us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a certain age range, is that a true thing that people that are older, like the elderly, are victims more to these scams, or is this affecting young people too?
This is affecting everyone. You would think that it's targeting the older. It's true that the older people have more money, that you can steal more from them, but they're not being targeted any more than the younger people are. The IC3 report just came out from the FBI, and it stated that the 60 and above population, they lost I believe it was 4.5 billion. Everyone under 60, it was 6.6.
Wow.
So it's a huge, it's affecting everybody. Everybody has a trigger, and everyone is susceptible to be a victim of scams.
And so you brought some tips today to make sure that we're keeping our monies in our wallets and not being scammed. We're going to pull that up on your screen. So one of the first things that you said, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, it still applies even online. When our parents told us, just like our parents warned us as kids, don't engage with strangers who reach out unexpectedly, especially if they ask for personal or financial information. Whether it's on Facebook, Words with Friends, dating apps, or anywhere else, be careful if they try to move the conversation to WhatsApp, which is another private messaging app. This is a red flag. If it feels too good to be true, that's another one.
Wow.
That's those promises of guaranteed investments, the instant romance, which is, oh baby, I love you after the first 3 days. That's an issue. It's a red flag. Trust your gut. Make sure that you take 5 before you send. I like to say create a pause before you do anything.
Yeah.
Fraudsters pressure you to act fast. Take 5 minutes or 5 hours before sending any money or personal information. Talk to someone you trust if you're unsure. Verify through a second channel. That's another one. That's a super important one. If someone claims to be from your bank, family, or even law enforcement, verify their story using a phone number that you already have.
Okay.
One that you know is legitimate, not one that they provide to you. It's especially true. Make sure that you trust your bank. Your financial institution is here to look out for you. A lot of times these fraudsters will try to manipulate you into thinking that the bank is not going to help you. The bank just wants to hold on to your money.
Yeah.
That's not the case at all. Make sure that you are very open with your financial institution about what you're doing.
Yeah.
The other thing is making sure that you're not sending money through gift cards or Bitcoin ATMs. This is something that will never happen. No legitimate business will ask you to do that. And finally, we just talked about it, but don't think that you're immune to scams. Fraud can happen to anyone, young or old, highly educated or not.
Yeah.
No one is immune. So if you think you're a victim, talk to your bank and report it right away.
And you should report this to authorities.
100%, you should report this to authorities. And if you have reported it and you've heard from your local law enforcement that they can't do anything about it or they don't know what to do with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, send them to Operation Shamrock, because we are helping to get law enforcement, local agencies equipped with the correct information of what to do. We've got a crypto coalition that has over 2,400 law enforcement agencies from around the whole United States that are working together to combat these scams more effectively.
And tell us your website.
So it's operationshamrock.org. And we do some phenomenal work on there. We're talking to victims twice a week, where Aaron West and I and a group of our leaders, we get on a call with a victim and we talk through the scam, what actually happened. And you know, sometimes the victims don't really want to talk to their banks. They don't really want to talk to law enforcement because they don't want to be perceived as naive or stupid.
Yeah.
Or they're concerned that maybe the bank won't pay them back for the scam that they participated in. But what we're able to do is really get a holistic understanding of what is happening, and then we take that information and we provide it back to the industry. So we are educating bankers, we are educating law enforcement, and we're doing this in real time. This is something that no other organization is doing. We are bringing this information up to everyone, and that's part of our whole initiative, is to educate everywhere. And that's why I'm so grateful that you, provided this opportunity for us to talk today.
Haley, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. Great tips. Operation Shamrock right there on your screen. We'll make sure to share this info online as well. But the biggest thing, don't think you are immune to scams. And just remember what you learned when you were young. Don't talk to strangers. Don't get played, y'all. Keep your money. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.